here we go.
Ah, finally, we're here. We finally arrived. Eterna can now reveal herself to us. What's the gimmick?
He's gay.
It's funny because it's true. It's funny because we already knew that. You may have known this for a long time. I want to just tell you all this now that we're finally here at the end of the game, Eterna says to the party, and Nidar says like, yeah, we know. You're a time mage. You're from the future. We get it. And Endir's, everyone looks at Endir and is like, shut up, Endir. She's like, no, duh, everyone knows that. Saying I'm gay. And Endir like spits out his tea like, whoa! His poor little brain can't handle it. What? It's the fake Eterna. You know it's fake because she's got a giant chakra head piece thing. Is that Eterna's mom?
No.
Or
future Eterna. Or past Eterna. Either that or that's future Eterna, and this is right now Eterna. Oh god.
I am her clone. Yes! Eterna's clone. This is some like
god.
Days of Our Lives shit. What do you mean? What do you mean a clone?
To be fair, I think we probably should have clued into this as soon as we learned that she was called Eterna. Eterna.
Right. But hey,
I am the time judge. Why don't we just call you that?
I am the time judge. They call me time judge. Cool. She just creates clones of herself to move for her.
Right.
Rad. Time judge must be cool because like Eterna's cool, and so if she's a clone of Eterna,
is she?
I think Eterna's cool. Like
kidding.
She's with it, right? She's not a robot. She could be a freaky deaky robot, but she clued in immediately that Ender's a dork.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool in my book. Hey, time judges listening to Setsuna. Nobody ever listens to Setsuna in this game. Finally. Also, time judge talked to Setsuna's mom. Good. Good. Glad we have a mystical, magical time lady, timey-wimey lady to
right. It just occurred to me, they revealed that Nadir is like Setsuna's mom, or sorry, Setsuna's dad.
Yes.
And like never brought it back up. That was like in the middle of the game.
Yep. And Mana is Setsuna's mom.
We knew that.
Which means Mana and Nadir, they hooked up.
Okay.
I mean, we already knew that. I'm just saying, like, still weird.
I also didn't think to take Nadir back to the mom.
Yes. Every character.
She was alive, right? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
I want to think so.
Every character does have a side quest at the end of the game.
Oh,
well, thank you.
You're good.
So every character has a side quest at the end of the game that's specifically for them. That is their final like character arc. That we can choose to go through later if we want to or not.
Oh, so wait, you can choose to die or try to fight the big motherfucker?
My mind, well, Setsuna's gonna choose. This is your last fake choice.
Have you seen our damage output?
Ender's like, I've been watching you guys supernova this entire dungeon. I think we're just gonna kill the big bad guy.
Right.
I think we're fine. Cool.
I mean, let's put it this way. I feel completely confident in our ability to fight this one boss, despite the fact...
Nidar's coming in with the hot takes here. Keep saying finally and this time. All this stuff about things repeating or whatever it was. Took us a long time. Enough with riddles. To defeat our foe, we bring the world into the future. Or to avoid battle and leave the situation unchanged. It's true that we could just leave him asleep. And just keep the cycle going. Oh, every time we've made this decision, she just winds back time. Over and over and over again, using Sprint Knights. Space Time Sprint Night. Which is my new butt rock band.
Space Time Sprint Night?
Space Time Sprint Night. We do party rock?
Like Andrew WK music?
Like Andrew WK music? Like LMFAO?
Ugh. Those are two completely different classes of quality.
Aren't they though? They are.
You realize that aren't they is like a bizarrely Shakespearean way of phrasing that question.
Aren't they?
Are not they? Are not they kin?
How now, brown cow? Kier, that's not how time works. You don't remember when the time gets on it. When the time hits.
If anybody here is
when the good weed hits, you never remember it, Kier.
If anybody here is really enjoying this story, I hope you understand that we are too, and we don't mean for our lightness of tone to be making fun of the game.
No.
Yeah.
I mean,
and maybe that's an assumed thing on your channel, but I just, wanted to make it
usually
because I've seen a lot of LPers play really good games with really good writing and just like shit on them for no reason.
Usually with RDLP, I get really invested into like reading through every line and stuff. It's nice to take a step back and just be like
a little more casual than that.
This plot is rad, and I have nothing more to say on the matter. Peace. No, we're freaking like at the end of the super high fantasy, wacky role-playing game where we've got this party of 6 queer heroes. And then Doctor Who fucking shows up and is like, by the way, if you fuck this up...
Doctor Who in lingerie and a gigantic chakram.
Right.
Yeah.
Giant...
And like bunny ears or some shit.
Giant furry Doctor Who shows up and is like, hey, if y'all fuck it up, like, it's cool. I got you. I'll just wind the clock back until you don't fuck it up. Also, if you had said the wrong answer, she would have just turned back time. You have to start the whole game over. Damn.
That'd be awesome if it was like a new game plus mechanic.
They were just like, well, you did it.
Just come back when you're
over.
level 99. Just come back.
You keep all your levels, but have no memories of why you're suddenly so powerful.
Right.
You're like hanging out with... Like, you get to the point in the game once again where Kier shows up and you suddenly can supernova and you guys are like, this power.
You're like Darren Young looking at his hands doing the chicken wing, like,
holy shit, I am power. So this is why we have so many dreams that Setsuna has,
right.
All the deja vu that happens. Each time the events that followed unfolded in more or less the same way. However, Ender happened. Rapidly changing monsters, vanished land, the appearance of the Reaper. I knew it! I knew it! Eterno's like, every single time. We had this lovely big gay orgy happening every time, and then Ender showed up.
If you'll allow me...
And just headed up the whole thing.
If you'll allow me to put on my mask and pretend to be James Clinton Howell for a second.
Okay.
I kind of like what this is, despite the fact that it's the assertion that all of these women keep fucking up until a dude shows up.
Yep. Good point.
I'm fine with that because... Not necessarily I'm fine with it, but it's like I'm rolling with it because the subtextual assertion, or rather the metatextual assertion, is that the thing that is different is that you're here now. So there's the idea that up until July whatever, when this game came out, like, the middle of July. When did you come here? What is today? The 29th.
Today is July 29th.
We bought it on the day after I got here, which was 2 weeks ago, so it would have been the 16th, right?
Yep.
So until like July 16th, 2016, when this game was released, these events were recurring for 1,000 years.
Over and over.
And now we're here to solve the problem. Or to help solve the problem.
Yeah, the player is here.
Exactly.
I see where you're going with that. I like that. Which also subverts the idea of Ender being a guy. Like, it doesn't... To an extent, it doesn't matter.
Well, I think they go with this blank guy, and they kind of go with a guy for marketing purposes. But I mean, I kind of loosely said it earlier, but I think part of the reason his face is covered, we've got his hair is like long and in a ponytail and all that sort of thing. He has masculine expressions, but they're vaguely masculine expressions, as opposed to a gay like Meteor, which is like
anime masculinity.
This like Rurouni Kenshin plus, you know, like Batosai plus fucking Berserk plus,
Yeah,
you know, etc.
I see where you're going with it. I think that's actually a good way
Plus
to
Squall.
defend
Yeah.
the idea that it took a man to fix this party of mostly women and
Right.
children who are just trying to.
I think he
could have
just let you pick a male or female Endir, but I also think they wanted the. I think they liked the idea of Setsuna being into Endir for really dumb reasons,
right.
which also could have worked.
But
if she was a
I
woman.
more like the idea that they have a male character for Endir because it allows the player to take more of a backseat.
I think the idea of
Without realizing just how much of it is.
The position of masculinity is one of emotional distance. It's just like even now, Endir doesn't really have close relationships with any of these characters.
Right.
So.
So it allows the player to continue, like, keep a kind of bipartisan, not getting too attached to any of the characters unless they so choose to situation, like we have with some of the characters and have not with others. And when we talk on Twitter about I Am Setsuna with other people who really got into it like we did, we found the same thing, was that they got involved and into other characters that we didn't. And I think that actually framing this under Endir having the protagonist role helped that. Like, Endir is a good silent protagonist because he lets us, the players, get attached to all these other characters that once we get to some weird timey-wimey Time Lord bullshit kind of stuff, we're just like, yeah. Cool. We were here. We helped.
Now let me throw a wrench in this real quick. Just to play devil's advocate.
Yep.
We've talked at them various times about how this game's script seems, either the script seems goofy or the localization seems goofy.
Yep.
Endir is a few vowels off from being Anders, which is an actual Scandinavian name, most popular in Sweden, that literally means boy.
Right.
That is wild speculation. I don't know shit about actual Scandinavian languages. Or Japanese.
Right.
Aside from like some random pronunciation rules and things like that. But I'm just saying, you know, I'd love for somebody to look into this translation and see how good or bad it is.
Just like, you know, put on your like conspiracy fedora.
Right.
And
but just don't slander me.
Do not slander me. I like it though. I like where you're going with that. And I like where you were going with the other idea that, like, why is Endir a guy? Is a great question to always ask. Why is my protagonist
male?
Almost performing a specific gender, whatever gender that is.
Right.
It's always a question that's asked. And whenever the protagonist is a woman, everyone always wants to ask it. When it's a man, nobody really asks it.
Bingo.
In JRPGs, though,
great point.
In JRPGs,
in JRPGs, you usually have a really easy question to why is this main character a man, because most really good JRPGs are about masculinity.
Right.
Not most really good JRPGs. A lot of the really great JRPGs are about masculinity.
Why is Cloud a guy? He is someone who looks after his gender, or performs different genders throughout the game and different identities throughout the game.
Performs different performances.
Why is Squall a guy? Why is Titus a guy? Those games take a lot of lengths. Zidane.
I guess it would be, I don't know.
Zidane's a soccer player. All these games take extraordinary lengths to ask why do I want the player to play as a guy as opposed to anything else or any of the, because we could also have just played as any of the other characters.
That's true. That's the other thing is that Endir is just the character we start with. At almost no point throughout the game are we required to play as Endir. He does have the other problem though, which is that he's so damn practical.
Damn practical.
Then again, I'm almost convinced we could probably beat this game with a party of Setsuna and Kier.
And then no third. No, we can literally do that. I Am Setsuna run, where you only play as Setsuna.
And Kier.
Nope, no, just the I Am
Setsuna?
Setsuna run, where you can only play as like a new game plus beefed up Setsuna.
That'd be hilarious. Okay,
everyone else takes a backseat.
Let's stop pissing people off and get through this text.
Sorry, we're at the end, and I'm like, this is such a good game.
No thanks. I don't want to know.
Thousands of years. Oh, Setsuna still empathizes with the Time Judge. And Doctor Who's like, it's cool. Proof that you truly possess the strength to defeat our foe. Proof that you have surpassed me. Oh, we're gonna kill the Time Judge, right?
No, we're gonna need to kill the Dark Samsara. Samsara? I don't know. Is it Samsara? Would you?
I'd be very sad if we had to kill the Time Judge. Like, if she was like, you must defeat me to defeat.
I'm gonna gamble literally nothing right now that we beat Dark Samsara and something happens to where Setsuna becomes the new time judge.
That sounds right to me. That'd be a cool one. Time Judge has remembered their name. Rad.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, I was unfortunately right. I really wanted us to, like, solve this situation without fighting, because we kind of always do.
Oh, you know what? I'll just wait, because that doesn't slow down his thing, and I can just do a... Here we go. Ooh, alright. You see? And I'll do this, and I'll momentum boost your status ailments. Hey, hey!
Slow cure.
Who's cool? I'm cool.
That was smart. That was good. Supernova! To start, can we throw a wall down if we've got the health to do it? God, it's beautiful. Ooh, someone's critting with their stab.
I'm gonna aura to heal him, and I'm gonna try and use the booster roll next time. I don't need to do the momentum boost, so I'll just hold on.
Good call. Good call. You're still in the same situation you were.
I think when we use this, it combines it with Luminaire, so it'll heal both of them. Because it did it one time. Watch what happens here.
Okay. Okay. We'll see if Kier gets any help. No.
Huh.
No. Do you want a wall, or do you want to keep auraing until you get a nice, like, in?
Yeah, just an opportunity. It seems like Endir's probably going to have to focus most of his energy.
Hey, there's a Meteo.
That does not seem like a suicide spell.
No. It's just gonna do some damage to everyone. About half, not even quite. Good situation. Yeah, and you can just keep building. Ah, good. Nice little stab. You can keep stabbing, that's cool. We'll just keep supernovaing. This is a good situation to be in.
Alright.
Yeah. We could heal this whole way through. Unless Lady's got any other tricks up her sleeve. Cute, alright. If we wanted to, we could do other fancy stuff. But, this is working. Nice. That did almost no damage. Because if we didn't want to just keep doing constant massive damage, we could also do things like throw a cure onto Ender and then boost it so he gets ATB boost and then put up the walls.
Yeah.
Like, there's tons of options we have, but
this is super duper practical.
this is...
Now, to be fair, we only got like half of probably the fucked up strats that we could have gotten for like beating some dumb side quests and things like that. So what we have right now is one very practical and overpowered thing, as opposed to a host of options like that.
Until they stop it, I'm
also,
just gonna...
we can finally do this.
Nice.
Oh,
Put up the wall. Ah, close enough. Ender's not gonna have any problems today.
Uh-oh.
Woo! Yeah. Here too?
That's fine.
We're still back in a good spot.
I just fucked up that one time. Literally that one time.
Yep.
Because I didn't. If I had gotten the momentum boost, it would have been fine.
No harm, no foul. Come on, Kier, you're so close. I'm like watching the momentum beat. I'm like, it's gonna go, it's gonna go, it's gonna go. Ah. Close enough. All right, Tim just is like, good job. Peace. Bye. Double level up. Good sitch. True time staff.
Time shell, radiant.